1940s and 50s were a boom time in Las Vegas. Row after row of hotels, casinos, and restaurants started to line Las Vegas Boulevard. With all the new growth came people from around the country, bringing with them their traditions and recipes, like a delicate pastry called rugelach.
There's only one way to describe this. It's a little bit of heaven.
Oh, it's great. Yeah, New Jersey has some competition.
As a matter of fact, the man that helped bring rugelach to Las Vegas was from New Jersey, a musician named Milton Fried. He came to the glitz and glamour of Vegas in 1955 and began playing at different venues. But he and his wife Esther needed extra income to support their growing family, which now included 5 children.
With all of those children, the music business just didn't support it. There had to be other ways to go.
So they decided to open a bakery and called it Fried's. But they chose to spell it phonetically since most people incorrectly pronounce their name Fried.
They started just selling donuts, and they found, hey, you know what, donuts sell, let's do something else. And eventually what they did was hired wonderful bakers that were in town, working in the hotels, and they'd come in and my dad'd say, make me something that you're proud of, make me something that you really like.
One of those bakers made a flaky, fruit-filled pastry called rugelach.
Ooh, I'll try anything you guys have. Oh my gosh, Joni, this is so good.
Today, Milton's daughter, Joni Fried, is one of the owners of the bakery. Her daughter, Sarah, is part of the newest generation of bakers at Fried's. Along with a staff of more than 20, they're still making the rugelach the same way, starting with dough made of butter, cream cheese, powdered sugar, and flour. But as I soon found out, the key to good rugelach is making the dough thin, first with a rolling pin.
How does it feel?
It feels, it's feeling better with every single roll.
After they manually flatten the dough, it's run through a machine appropriately called a sheeter.
Each time that it goes through the rollers come down a little bit more and a little bit more, and we're able to elongate this piece of dough eventually to the full length that it needs to be to make the rugelach on the bench.
Wow!
And I'm gonna put it through the table.
They simply roll the dough up on a rolling pin and then back out onto the table before the filling is added.
This is an apricot butter. It's made with fresh apricots.
Oh.
You can smell how wonderful it is.
But what are the other flavors that you also do here?
We do chocolate chip and cinnamon, and then we do another one which is walnut and cinnamon without the apricot.
Do these ship well?
They ship wonderful, and the nice thing is, you can keep them out of your refrigerator for 8 or 9 or 10 days and they stay as fresh, because when you start with good ingredients like butter and cream cheese and you add this wonderful apricot, it stays nice and moist.
But who would keep them around the house for 8 or 9 or 10 days?
It's real hard. A lot of people buy 2 packages when they come in our store because they eat one on the way home.
And this isn't all you do here. You do a wide variety of pastries.
Oh, we have a full-line bakery. We do French pastries and Danish pastries. We do French croissant. We do big variety of cookies.
And I also saw wedding cakes, and a lady over there told me that since this is the wedding capital of the world,
right,
that they can turn around a wedding cake in an hour.
Right, we do that often.
Is that right? Yeah, they're working on one right now.
Fried's makes about 50 wedding cakes every week, and decorating some of those cakes is where Sarah helps out.
First, we're going to start with the skinny tip up, and we're going to wrap it around the top.
Amazing for a 9-year-old, but Sarah has been trained well.
There you go, you have a rose.
Meanwhile, back at the rugelach, it's time to add the rest of the filling, like raisins and walnuts.
You use a lot of walnuts and a lot of raisins.
And they use plenty of cinnamon sugar, which adds just the right amount of sweetness before the folding process starts.
Are we ready to roll?
Ready to roll.
Let's roll.
The rugelach is rolled into long strips, then cut, and brought back together again.
It's just to make it easier, so when you wash it,
you have to wash it?
With a little water, yeah.
Why is that?
So the cinnamon sugar will stick on it.
Oh.
After they sprinkle the second coating of cinnamon sugar on, it's cut into bite-sized pieces.
People don't realize when they eat something, all the love and labor that goes into making it.
Well, they will now.
That's right.
Especially when they can taste rugelach hot and fresh right out of the oven.
It's
It's really, really sweet and chewy on the inside. But on the outside, it's really flaky. But you can really taste the apricots and raisins. It's good.
Their rugelach has helped Freed's earn quite a reputation.
This is known as the best bakery in Las Vegas.
I love this rugelach. I buy it from my mom all the time. She just loves it. Reminds her of when she was back in New York.
But this is absolutely
It's the
the
best.
schmuck. This is delicious.
They've come in from every city, Chicago, New York, LA, and you get people that come in and say, I've never seen a bakery like this. This is the best. This is the best that they've ever tasted. My dad would be real happy.
Coming up at the end of the program, we'll have all the information you need to order Bay Area biscotti as well as rugelach from Freed's Bakery. Before we get to that, though, we have one final Vegas treat lined up for you. Desert tortoise.